coming up with the best of it, makes a tag to Nick Fury. The delinquents tagging in and out much more often than the Soul Patrol. And Nick Fury kick on the Black Angel from Nick Fury, who tags out to A.J. Frost. Fury and Frost double team on the Angels. Splash into the corner. Snapmare from Frost. Elbow on the Black Angel. Lateral press, we got 1 and 2. Haymaker by Frost on the Angel. Sends him for the ride. Ducking a lariat. Ducking a back end. Into a stunner from a flapjack, dropping position. Really unloaded on him at that point in time. Angel has Frost in the turnbuckle. Dion Johnson choking him, and Nick Fury comes in blowing his cool. Don Sewell's tied up with Nick Fury, and in the meantime, A.J. Frost is taking a severe pounding. Emotions run high. These matchups here sometimes. Frost being pounded into the turnbuckle. Going to set him up for a superplex. Angel has him perched and ready for the superplex with Frost. Trying to fight back. Can't do it. Count of 2. 2 count only. Dion Johnson tags in. Soul Patrol going to work. Haymaker on to A.J. Frost. Continues to pound. The Soul Patrol finally beginning to start to dominate. A.J. Frost looked to have the breath knocked out of him. Power slam by Dion Johnson. Double Irish whip on A.J. Frost, double elbow. Angel with an elbow smash on the A.J. Frost. Angel has A.J. Frost in the turnbuckle. Angel sends it for the ride into the far turnbuckle, and down goes A.J. Frost. Nick Fury comes in as his emotions run high. Fury being asked to get out of the ring as he's not legal. Angel has Frost, lifts him, drops him. Angel and Johnson appear to be sitting up. Maybe a double team move here of some kind. Could be the airline hit, but and A.J. Frost took Black Angel, got him up for a choke slam. Nick Fury coming off the top with a leg drop. And Angel with a neck breaker. Soul Patrol tagging in. Angel and Johnson going to work on the Nick Fury. Nick Fury sent for the ride. Fury able to duck under again, another attack from a standing waist lift high power bomb. Deion Johnson making a cover. Johnson attacking A.J. Frost on the apron. Deion Johnson with a high suplex. Only a count of 2. Nick Fury sitting for the right sunset flip attempt. He's got him. 2 count only. Black Angel tags into the ring. And Nick Fury continuing to take a beating. Ducks again. Again, Fury with a high DDT. Knocks Deion Johnson off the apron. And Nick Fury coming back to life. A.J. Frost coming in the ring. Fury did that almost out of desperation. Angel and Frost brawling to the outside. In the meantime, we've got Nick Fury and Deion Johnson on the inside battling it out. Deion Johnson and Fury battling on the inside. We had a brawl on the outside at the same time. Angel making a save. Soul Patrol and the juvenile delinquents continuing to brawl uncontrollably in and out of the ring. Deion Johnson has Nick Fury, setting him up for a pile driver maybe. And A.J. Frost on the outside as he just can't get him. High cross body. 2, 3. You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match. Juvenile delinquents with the victory. Hard-fought win to retain the APW Tag Team title over the Soul Patrol.
Here the team of Big Bubba Brooks and Steve Stasiak, the Power Crew.
Bubba Brooks and Steve Stasiak set to do battle with Deacon Bill Mudd and Ricky Noble. This will be your main event of the evening. Big matches right here tonight with American Pro Wrestling. Noble and Mudd getting the crowd riled up, getting them solidly behind their tag team as Stasiak and Noble started off. Collar elbow tie up and Noble making a clean break. Stasiak accusing a handful of hair. Didn't see it. The crowd solidly behind the very, very most popular wrestler here in APW, Ricky Noble. Lock up again. Stasiak has Noble in the turnbuckle and breaks off clean. Stasiak and Noble going at it. Stasiak with a power series of punches, powerful punches. Noble with a high cross body. Count of two. Noble taking time out to greet his fans. Stasiak says he wants Bill Mudd. Tag. Bill Mudd is tagged in. That's Stasiak's request. Stasiak shoving Bill Mudd. Bill Mudd shoving Stasiak halfway across the ring. Slaps Bill Mudd in the face and retreats to the outside in and tags out the big Bubba Brooks. But in the meantime, Bill Mudd's not aware of the tag. Lariat on the Bubba Brooks. Those lariats do not faze Bubba Brooks. To the knee and a lariat to the chest. Bill Mudd finally sends Brooks packing outside. Power crew on the outside trying to regroup their thoughts. Mudd and Noble on the other side discussing strategy. Brooks and Mudd tie up. Brooks taking control. Brooks gonna send Mudd for the ride. Brooks with a lariat. Count of two only, and Bill Mudd kicking out. Slashes Mudd head first into the turnbuckle. Power crew double teaming Bill Mudd. Bill Mudd being choked in the corner. Stasiak choking Mudd as well. Stasiak ripping at the face of Bill Mudd. Belly-to-belly suplex by Bubba Brooks. Count of 2. Tag being made, and Stasiak comes in with a kick into the side of the rib. Mudd taking a pounding. Choked by Stasiak, the Power Crew former APW Tag Team Champion. Proving why they are championship material, but now Noble and Mudd, no pushovers themselves. Elbow smash by Bill Mudd. Stomps on the top of the head of Steve Stasiak. Punches Stasiak, who falls into the ropes. Mudd with a punch into the breadbasket sends Stasiak for the ride into the turnbuckle. Running elbow smash. Noble gonna be tagged in. Noble and Mudd with a double team. Kick it to the midsection. Knee lift after a boot from Noble. Noble and Mudd working well together here. Unknown referee with a super slow count. Just like a snail count when the fan favorites have the fall. Well, when the rule breakers have a fall, he's a lightning fast with super ultra fast counts. And Noble and Stasiak going at it in the corner. Stasiak takes a lariat. Count of 2 only. Stasiak able to get out. Noble and Stasiak exchanging blows in the corner, and Stasiak sent for the ride. Stasiak ducks a running lariat. Flying drop kick out of the air off of the top by Noble. Super slow count again, and Bubba Brooks breaks up the pinfall. I believe Noble could have got the fall right there if he had just hadn't had Brooks coming in, and if this official was refereeing fairly. Stasiak and Noble exchanging chops. Stasiak and Noble exchanging chops pretty hard at this point in time. Take a look at these chests being lit up. Noble with a forearm smash across the back of Stasiak. Bubba Brooks comes in. Bill Mudd makes the tag. Double lariat on the Stasiak. Down goes Stasiak. Flying leg drop from Bill Mudd. Count of 2. Stasiak with an eye gouge. Stasiak trying to tie Bill Mudd up, sort of like a sitting abdominal stretch, but no grapevine of the leg. Has his man all tied up onto the mat. Single arm underhook in a front face sock. Bill Mudd trying to recuperate and get back up. Fires back with a punch into the midsection. Bubba Brooks makes his way in the ring, attacking Bill Mudd. Unknown referee making no effort at all to get Bubba Brooks outside. Brooks and Stasiak tag once again. Wow. Mudd just took a lariat from Bubba Brooks. Leveled him. Count of 2. Mudd trying to tag Noble. Noble, but just not close enough. Mudd sent for the ride, hangs onto the rope. Noble is tagged in. Noble and Brooks exchanging blows. Brooks gonna send Noble for the ride. Nobody there on the big splash. Unknown referee on the outside tied up with Stasiak. And Noble had Brooks tagged. Wait a minute, coming down, Abel Adams. Bill Mudd with a headbutt. Abel Adams back in the ring. Abel Adams, after a long absence, attacking this unknown referee. Power bomb. He's got the unknown referee up. Noble with a drop kick. Looks like they're going to unmask this unknown referee. Bill Mudd going to work, trying to get that mask and pulling it off. Unknown referee slides out of the ring. Bubba Brooks attacking Bill Mudd. Stasiak and Ricky Noble going at it. Noble attacking Brooks from behind. Brooks being thrown outside. We'll have to get an official word here. Unknown referee disqualifying Noble and Mudd.
Wrestling fans, due to the interference by Abel Adams, your winners this match by disqualification, the Power Crew.
Power Crew, your winners by disqualification. Well, fans, what an exciting night of APW American Pro Wrestling.
You know, boys, I want to come out here and apologize, but let me tell you about this. I've been sitting at home for 5 long months. The only one, y'all just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. This little dude worked for Jay Eagle. That's the only thing that's sitting the sidewalk. Been sitting at the house. I told everybody, you don't mess with me. You know what? I don't know what's worse. Being fat or just being plain damn ugly, boy. Jay Eagle! Come on out here, big boy. I'm back, ready to beat your ass. Abel Adams! You come in here after sitting on for 4 months. You know, we thought we were rid of the ladies and stable. You said, shut up! Shut up, you fucking idiot! You are average at best, a manager in type. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up right now for the icon, the man who made APW, Chesnee Eagle. Let me tell you something, Abel Adams. The last thing you want is for me to climb in that ring and let me tote your fat ass out of here, just like they did about 3 or 4 months ago. And where you been? You've been sitting at home, reading Playboy, sitting on the john, eating fried chicken, thinking about what it's like to get your ass kicked. Well, you don't want to remember, because if I didn't have my good shoes on, I'd come up in there right now and scalp your ass. And just for your entertainment pleasure, these boys are going to sing the national anthem. Shut up. Okay, they'll sing it next week. Not only can they wrestle, they some singing son of a gun. come up in there, you gonna have a red ass. Come on, let's go. Mr. Mayor, give me some red ass before I come over and take care of you too. But hey, let me tell you something. Well, I got the three students in the ring. Every day, I run you out of here about 6 weeks ago. I seen you off down the country somewhere, Ocean Road, picking up beer cans. I know what you've been doing, Ricky Noble. When you go back, you go pick you up some more beer cans, because when I get the ring, you're the next thing I'm coming at you. If you run circles around you, tangle with me, yeah, you sit back there, you smoke your cigarette, you drink your beer, yeah, you're real cool. Well, brother, Chesnee will get you in the ring, and he'll run circles around you, and you'll be like there looking at those lights, asking yourself, what was I thinking? That's Jay Eagle. You know Abel Adams, the Ricky Noble. You know the Eagle boys took the title from you. If my brother was here right now, we'd come up in there, and if he wasn't in the mountains, what he's doing, he's cutting firewood for old women and needy children. So get off my brother.
Noble and Bill Mudd challenging Jay Eagle and the Power Crew. And let's see, Eagle's going to come in, and Adams going to work. Mudd and Stasiak, Noble and Brooks. And looks like Eagle and the Power Crew going to take a quick powder.
Y'all might be able to sing, but can you dance like a man? I don't think so.
Well, it looks like another exciting night of APW. Good evening, everybody. This is Dan Paris. Welcome to United Championship Wrestling. We're here to live tonight in Lancaster, South Carolina, South Middle School Gym. We got UCW, United Championship Wrestling. Promoter James Strange bringing the action to you with UCW. We're kicking it off with an opening match with the youngster known as the Southern Rebel and his tag team partner on the outer apron, Nick Fury, one half of the Juvenile Delinquent, joining forces in this matchup to take on the tag team combination of the Last Resort. This man outside of the ring is known as the Impaler. He's somewhat of a vampiric type of individual. And right now at the opening bell, the Southern Rebel taking the tremendous amount of punishment And it looks like the Southern Rebel in desperate need of a tag. Caught down a double vertical suplex at this point in time. It looks like a combination of Rebel and Fury not working too well together yet to do any tagging in and out. The Impaler on the outside of the ring. A very diabolical, demonic-looking individual, a flying aerial attack. And a Southern Rebel in a world of trouble. We have a nice-looking size crowd here on hand in Lancaster, South Carolina tonight, and headlining the card tonight, the one and only legendary Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant headlining the show. And a lot of big action coming your way tonight with you, CW. And a lariat from the Southern Rebel broke up by the tag team Last Resort. Really don't know a whole lot about Last Resort other than the fact they're very acrobatic, high-flying, and have this demonic man, the Impaler, on the outside of the ring that controls this tag team. I'm not exactly sure how he does show the authority over these two, but somewhat of an evil individual. A nice spinning kick from Nick Fury. Nick Fury going to the air, spinning in the air with a leg kick, scissors. And Nick Fury going to the high attack, high-flying attack, and downstairs low. Last Resort breaks it up in a hurry. Gonna perch Nick Fury up onto the top turnbuckle. Got him mounted, closed fist to the face, he's pounding away. Setting him up for a high-impact maneuver here, maybe a Hurricane Rana off the top. Looks like Nick Fury needs a tag. As Last Resort taking the measure of young Nick Fury. Fury sent for the ride, up into the air, a double-side suplex onto the canvas. We got 1 and 2, and not enough to put away Nick Fury yet. And Fury going to be sent for the ride off of the rope. Caught in a sleeper hold, and the sleeper hold hooks, and it's got a lot of pressure applied. Nick Fury going down into dreamland. It looks like he's trying to think of a way to get out of it, and maybe attempting a jawbreaker. It didn't work out that way, though. Once again, that sleeper hold still maintaining its lock and its grip. Nick Fury once again trying to come up into the jawbreaker. He finally comes back up. Fury setting him up for a vertical suplex and drops his man with authority, tagging out to the Southern Rebel, who's tagging in. Backs his man into the turnbuckle. Pounding away on his man, Southern Rebel, going to work. And finally, the team of the Rebel and Fury getting the advantage here. Sends him off into a monkey flip. He's got him. Nice move. Out of the corner, he sends him flying. Right now, it looks like Nick Fury pounding away into Southern Rebel, going to work as well. And the Last Resort taking a punishment. Fury and Rebel finally now getting their act together as a combination in the ring. Tagging in and out real well. Body slam, and Nick Fury goes up to the top. Fury perched on the top turnbuckle. Big senton! Last Resort double team and retaliating. Stopping Nick Fury in a hurry. Nick Fury with a cross arm bar. Has him tied up. Got him locked in real tight. Got the pressure applied. Last Resort breaking it up. Together, these two young men don't know their collective individual names. Doing their very best to counterattack these two guys. And it looks like the Impaler on the outside, pacing back and forth. Looks like he's seething at the fact that High impact move by Nick Fury. Looks like the Impaler seems to be a little bit disgusted by the fact that his combination not working any better yet together. It looks like they're having a little bit of trouble with the combination of Nick Fury and the Southern Rebel together in this matchup. Impaler pacing around the ring as the Last Resort gets back into the ring together, tagging in. And the Southern Rebel will be ready to keep the action going at this point. We got a collar elbow tie up. And the Impaler jabbing away at the back of the Southern Rebel. We didn't catch it in our camera view. But take a look. There he is with that big cane, that stick. Some sort of weapon. I couldn't tell you exactly what he has in his hand. We've got a count of 2. And Last Resort taking the measure in the ring. Admonishing referee Neil Lee about his count, which looks pretty fair to me. Sending the Southern Rebel for the ride. A big lariat connects and knocks his man on the mat. And both men, after the collision, laying on the canvas and bad need of a tag individually. The Southern Rebel trying to get to his feet, trying to crawl over to Nick Fury, and Last Resort as well trying to tag out. Nick Fury makes the tag. We've got a double tag at the same time, simultaneous. Nick Fury like a house of fire in the ring, laying in the boots. A forearm across the back of the head. Fury going to send his man for the ride off the rope. A big high scissors kick into the face. Nick Fury, a high-flying, very agile young man. Neil Lee somewhat out of position as Fury applies a crossface type move. Kick into the midsection as Nick Fury goes to work. Last Resort sending Nick Fury off the ride, off the ropes for the ride. However, big neck breaker, and Nick Fury goes down to the canvas. Fury being lifted up and then thrown into the turnbuckle shoulder first. Tagged by Last Resort. Trying to lure the Southern Rebel into the ring, and it looks like it's worked. And the Rebel blowing his fuse. Neil Lee trying to get his man out of the ring. In the meantime, Last Resort taking the measure in the double team effort on to Nick Fury. Very much so a success. Nick Fury with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors and catapults his man up and over onto the mat. Nick Fury showing a lot of tenacity and high-flying ability. The Impaler in the meantime on the outside. He and his entourage taking the work too. Nick Fury on the outside. Southern Rebel breaking it up. Got a melee on the outside of the ring. Fury fell victim to a lot of carnage at that point in time. This goes to show you this man, the Impaler, what a diabolical individual. Throwing out every rule in the book. Nick Fury laying the boots in, kicking away. Nick Fury going up to the top, dives out of the ring, wipes everyone out. I'll tell you one thing, you got to give this young man a tremendous amount of credit just due to the fact that intestinal fortitude, the risks this man puts his body through. What an athlete right there. The crowd really showing their appreciation. Last Resort looking a little bit punch drunk as a result. That flying attack, Southern Rebel tags in. Nick Fury really knocked these guys for a loop. Nobody really expecting anything like that to happen. Last Resort trying to get it together and back into the ring. Currently in United Championship Wrestling fans, there is a tag team tournament going on for the UCW World Tag Team titles going on. And so far, the opening rounds have taken place, and as of yet, nobody making any headway for those tag titles. Tag teams such as Cruise Control, Dr. X 1 and 2, and a host of others have been involved trying into the tag team scene, trying to get into the mix. Oh, we got a hammerlock and somewhat of a chicken wing type maneuver onto the Southern Rebel. Nick Fury with a drop kick off the top from behind to break it up. But got a body slam going into the position onto the Southern Rebel, and last resort up onto the middle turnbuckle. Laying the boots, and last resort going to the middle turnbuckle. Now to the top for even more of a high-risk maneuver. He's setting him up. Big frog splash, he connects. Alabama jam as well, it also connects. Leg drop, and it could have been low right there on the Southern Rebel. Very questionable tie maneuver. We got a tag right there from last resort. Southern Rebel taking a tremendous beating at this point in time. We've got a double team move here on the Southern Rebel. We've got a double suplex onto the Southern Rebel from last resort. They're going to set him up here. Got him by both of his legs, lifting him up, turning him upside down into a fall-away move. Really don't know how to call that other than the fact that it hurt. Dropping this young man right onto the back of his head. Time ticking down. Not a whole lot of time remaining in the contest. And last resort taking the measure to the Southern Rebel. And we have a tag. Southern Rebel now again going to fall victim to a double choke slam, another double team maneuver. This man on the outside of the ring, the Impaler, pacing back and forth. We got a spinning toe hold, and now maybe even setting up for a figure four leg lock. But no figure four, but the tag is made. A last resort, double team effort. Taking the measure, Nick Fury comes in. Nick Fury breaks it up. We got 1 minute going to go duration of the match here in the contest. The Southern Rebel picks his man up into a front face lock, and Nick Fury tags in. Nick Fury has his man set up for a power bomb, maybe. He's got him up and drops him. Again, another thunderous ovation from the crowd as Fury goes to the top, springboards off. Big high impact springboard leg drop. Time once again ticking on down. And Fury again headed toward the top. Senton, and I think Fury caught a glancing blow off of that, didn't get the full impact of the move. Time ticking away, almost ready to expire. Wow, just a somersault splash, Firebird splash. Time ticking away, and time has expired. The Impaler taking the measure too. Nick Fury on the outside of the ring, carrying him up on the floor, and Fury responds. Super kick, and Fury and his foes going at it last resort. And Southern Rebel trying to get to take a look. The Impaler takes a nasty fall. Fury has a chair. Taylor with a chair. Popping Nick Fury. Take a look at this. This match is officially over with. They're going after this guy. In the last resort, bringing themselves back out here to break it up in a hurry. Nick Fury diving out. Wipes everyone out again, Nick Fury. The match is officially ended in a time limit draw. Minute time limit draw, the opening contest. Looks like these two tag teams will have to do it again some other day.
That's how we do things. It's about time to start another. Rob is free to go. Highway is highway. And his opponent weighing 265 pounds. He's from the straight. Iceland.
All right, fans, we're off and set for our second contest of the evening. The native of Mexico City, Mexico, the Scorpion, Luchador, will take on veteran wrestler Ice Pick. Ice Pick very well traveled throughout the Carolina independent veteran throughout the Carolina and Southern scenes. Ice Pick now having words with the fans right off the bat. And a kick to the midsection, and away we go. Ice Pick showing no remorse whatsoever, showing a tremendous amount of intestinal fortitude. Tries to throw him through those ropes. Lariat. You've seen this young man go swinging through those ropes and swing back around. Going up to the top. And away he goes, a big splash. Count of two only. And Ice Pick levels his man right off the bat. Scorpion taking a pounding. He's setting him up face first in a suplex position, dropping him down kind of like a face first power bomb, suplex gourd buster type maneuver. Ice Pick taking the measure, sends his man off the ropes for the ride, and just tears him up as he comes off of those ropes. Ice Pick full steam ahead. Once again, Ice Pick taking it to the Luchador, the Scorpion. Deep double underhook suplex and throws him halfway across the ring. Young man, the Scorpion, trying to get back to his feet, being sent for the ride. He's blocking it, trying for a DDT, and Ice Pick with a back body drop drove him down into the mat. Put a stop to that in a hurry. Some sort of collision there in the ring, and it looks like the young man took a nasty licking. Picking him up for a torture rack fall-away slam. Really just don't see how much more this young man could take. Ice Pick in total domination at this point in time in the contest. Toning the crowd and laying the heavy fist into the young man, into the back of the neck and the back of the shoulder blades, the Scorpion. Ice Pick going to send him for the ride, off the ride for the rope. Scorpion with a sunset flip. He's got him 1, 2. Desperation, trying to re-even the odds. Ice Pick's got him, set him up, going to send him for the ride. Belly to belly suplex. We got 1 and 2. Able to kick out. Haymaker levels his man. Ice Pick and Neil Lee having words. Maybe about those punches. Ice Pick going to send his opponent for the ride. A big standing drop kick from 290 pounds. Very impressive. Ice Pick toning the crowd here in Lancaster, South Carolina. Once again, standing on his chest. Stepping on his throat. Ice Pick being very relentless. Almost sadistic, trying to injure this young man. He's dominated this young man throughout the whole contest. Almost seems like to me he could put him away at any given time here. Lariat with authority. Took him and drove him down into the canvas. We got 1 and 2. And Ice Pick going to set his man up maybe for a superplex type maneuver. I'm not exactly certain. Got his man perched up to the top. Belly to belly off the top. Turnbuckle. Ice Pick with the victory here in United Championship Wrestling. Victorious. Complete and total domination. Almost an annihilation of this opposition in this matchup. Having words with the ringsiders before he goes back to the dressing room. On the way to the back, Ice Pick makes it look easy. off and running for the third match of the evening. Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man, a legendary fixture throughout the South, Hall of Famer and the WWF. What a legendary performer this man is, trying to reinvent his career here in United Championship Wrestling. Teaming up with the exciting newcomer known as Lightning to take on the hated mask combination of Dr. X 1 and 2. Lightning and Jimmy Valiant preparing a little pre-match dance. Lightning encouraging the crowd. Valiant as well, getting the crowd psyched up, revved up, ready for their matchup. Lightning makes a charge at Dr. X, number 1 and 2. Looks like these guys are wanting to take a hike. They don't want no part of Valiant or Lightning. But you can't win the match on the outside of the ring. You got to get it in the ring and you got to get going. You got to lock up collar, elbow, and falls in the ring. You know, they don't get back in the ring, they're going to get counted out. That certainly wouldn't fall in their favor in the win column. And Dr. X 1 and 2 hesitantly getting up on the apron. And once again, now they're saying they're going to leave. I don't understand this. I mean, they know they signed the contract to wrestle. Valiant and Lightning say they're ready. They want action right now. Valiant making a very lewd gesture at one of the Dr. X's. These guys don't get in the ring. I tell you what, Neil Lee, he might ought to have to throw this out, but I don't think that's going to happen. A lot of these people came out here tonight to take a look at these guys together in action tonight. Valiant clowning with the fans at ringside. He's got a little bit of psychological warfare as well going on. Once again, Lightning and Valiant, they're ready. Tag team of Dr. X 1 and 2, they're not quite so ready. Hesitant to lock up. Hesitant to get this match underway. James Strange, the promoter, he's also the ring announcer here. He's sounding for the bell. He says, let's get this thing going. Jimmy Valiant will kick it off. He will open up the match for his tag team combination. And Dr. X number 2 will kick it off with Valiant. Valiant's ready. He's ready to go. Standing up onto the turnbuckle. Valiant, I won't comment right there. Other than he put his finger in a place he shouldn't have. I'll tell you one thing, fans, that'd make anybody mad. But Valiant right now, he's trying to play mental games with these guys. And Dr. X number 2 will get back in the ring. You know he's got to be angry about the warfare. Valiant has the nose, squeezing the nose of Dr. X number 2. Has him dancing in the middle of the ring. Referee Neil Lee breaks it up. As a result, Dr. X number 2 goes down, clobbered in the nose. Valiant whipping him like a child. Making a fool out of this man. Dr. X number 2 complaining. Now the Dr. X combination has Valiant tied up. Dr. X number 1 going off the apron as that move certainly backfires. Valiant sidestepping, forearm shot. Looks like Valiant and Lightning are encouraging Dr. X 1 and 2 to fight. Dr. X 1 and 2 having a reconciliation. Being exchanged, and Dr. X number 2 says he wants to wrestle like an amateur here. He says he wants to wrestle like an amateur, and let's see what Valiant's going to do. Valiant asking the crowd, they want to see an amateur wrestling match here. Neil Lee's going to be put up on the turnbuckle here. Words being exchanged. Getting very excited. Let's see what Valiant's got in store. Oh, wait a minute. He's gonna, like a dog, he's trying to hike his leg up on him. Dr. X number 2 conferencing with Dr. X number 1 and complaining to the official. Dr. X number 2 now, he's apparently fed up with all this games and mind games and things of this nature. He's asking for a test of strength. Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man, puts him up onto the turnbuckle. Puts Neil Lee on the turnbuckle, so he's asking for a test of strength. Valiant sends both of the Dr. X 1 and 2 down onto the canvas. Dr. X 1 and 2 go down crashing. It looks like Dr. X number 2 is going to have to re-enter the ring. Valiant with a full arm ringer applying. Tags out to Lightning. Lightning's going to tag in. They call him Lightning due to the fact that he's so fast. And applying the pressure to the arm ringer and steps on his hand. Lightning again with an arm ringer. Stomping the hand of Dr. X number 2. He's got his hand and held into his, and he's flying across the ropes. High flying arm drag. Japanese arm drag. Lightning. Punch to the sky, punches him in the face. Double leg takedown. Outsmarting Dr. X number 2. Split eagle asking the crowd for their support. Kicking him low. Dr. X number 1 going to tag in. Single leg pickup. Stretching his leg across the mat. Asking the crowd for their support. Stomping that leg. Lightning again going to work onto the leg. Taking one body part, trying to dissect it. Drops his weight across the leg. Low blow from Dr. X number 1. Puts a stop to that in a hurry, quick as he can. Lightning taking a kicking while he's down. Dr. X number 1's wanting to turn the tide of the battle, and thus far has indeed turned the tide of the battle, stepping on his face. Tags out to Dr. X number 2. Lightning looks like he's in a lot of trouble. Evidently, there was no tag. Clothesline from Dr. X number 1. Lightning having his head smashed into the middle turnbuckle. Lightning now being choked, and Jimmy Valiant coming in to complain. Referee Neil Lee trying to get him out of the ring. Valiant gesturing about the choke. Valiant being upset about the double teaming. He's explaining to the crowd and to the official about the chicanery going on in the ring. Valiant once again losing his composure. Referee Neil Lee trying to restrain Valiant, ordering Valiant out of the ring. Lightning, in the meantime, making a comeback of his own, and that is short-lived. Dr. X 1 and 2 make a tag. Punch to the chest. Jimmy Valiant getting the crowd all excited, riled up here. Dr. X number 2 with a flying elbow smash. Not enough to put away Lightning right there. Valiant on the apron, in the meantime, getting the crowd all excited. Body slam by Dr. X number 2. Gonna come off the rope, fist drop. Very nice looking fist drop. We got 1 and 2, almost 3, and Lightning able to kick out. We got a tag. This Dr. X combination, tag team combination, working real well together. Punches to the chest and to the midsection. A kick to the midsection, not once but 3 times. 4. 5 straight kicks from Dr. X number 1. Down goes Lightning. Jimmy Valiant getting the crowd all excited and trying to get the support, the adrenaline pumping for Lightning to be able to respond from these attacks. Ducks a lariat, high cross body press. Count of 2 only. Got a tag out to Dr. X number 1. Elbow smash. Down goes Lightning. Lightning in such a bad need. The tag out to Jimmy Valiant. This young man's so promising in the ring, so exciting in the ring. Having trouble with this Dr. X 1 and 2 tag team combination. Dr. X number 1 choking Lightning. Dr. X number 2 luring Jimmy Valiant into the ring, and Valiant comes in all angry and upset, and right now double teaming Lightning. Lightning gonna be into a backbreaker. Dr. X number 2 onto the turnbuckle. Nobody there on the aerial attack. Lightning rolls out of the path. Lightning grabbing a hold of those ropes, trying to pull himself up to his feet. There's a forward roll and tags out to Valiant. Valiant comes in. Valiant unloading a series of fists, and Jimmy Valiant going on the attack. Valiant sending both men crashing. Got both men by the head. He's going to try to meet their minds, I guess. Double headbutt. Dr. X 1 and 2 collapse in the pain. Valiant going to smash his man into the ring post on the outside. Lightning with a lateral press. And that'll secure the victory. That'll secure the victory for Jimmy Valiant and Lightning. Valiant and Lightning making their way back to the locker room. Electrifying the crowd here. Lancaster, South Carolina. South Middle School. Valiant, a legendary fixture. Jiving with the crowd here at ringside. Valiant and Lightning celebrating as the boy from New York City makes his way back to the locker room. Celebrate. Impressive victory. Dr. X 1 and 2 look very unhappy in the ring. Complaining to Neil Lee. Fans making his way to the ring, the current United Championship Wrestling television champion, Hardcore Hunter Thompson, chewing out ringsiders. Hunter Thompson chewing out everybody on his way to the ring. Very unpopular individual. Having words, even challenging some people to get on in the ring. He's got the UCW TV trophy, big trophy that he carries to the ring with him. He's going to get on in the ring. Challenger for this contest, Blade Holden. Hardcore Hunter Thompson, the current reigning UCWTV trophy title holder. Blade Holden making his way to the ringside area. Blade Holden greeting the fans. He makes his way to the ring. Climbs up into the ring, and Blade Holden will challenge. And by the way, fans here in the low country of South Carolina, United Championship Wrestling on cable access television, and Hardcore Hunter Thompson will make a challenge for accept the challenge rather from the television, with the television title at stake. I'll get it right in a minute. Defending the TV title, accepting the challenge of Blade Holden. Got a collar elbow tie up, and Blade Holden, relatively new to the world of wrestling, and Hunter Thompson going to work on him in the corner with a pair of punches. Right now, throwing the rule book totally out, annihilates this man. Sends him for the ride. Nobody home on an elbow smash, and Blade Holden sidesteps and comes back with punches of his own. Several kicks into the midsection, sends him for the Irish whip into the turnbuckle, a lariat to follow in. Another lariat. Full arm ringer on the Hardcore Hunter Thompson. One of the most successful men in the Carolina independent scene area. He's held titles everywhere he's went, just about it. Once again, another full arm ringer, and Hunter Thompson reversing the full arm ringer, jerking down onto the arm and the shoulder, applying the pressure. Blade Holden with a reversal into a hammerlock. Maintains the hammerlock, and Hardcore Hunter Thompson reverses the hammerlock. Nice series of reversals and technical wrestling skills here. Blade Holden into the headlock. Back from a headlock to a hammerlock. Full arm ringer from Holden. Clinic of basic fundamental wrestling right here at this point in the matchup. Thompson goes down, leg drop, across the arm. Blade Holden taking the advantage, count of two only. Kick into the shoulder blade. Blade Holden sending Thompson for the Irish whip. Thompson attempts a lariat. Running forearm smash from Blade Holden off of the rope. Gains a lot of momentum. And Hunter Thompson goes to the outside for an arrestment. And in the meantime, he also is out there getting the ire of the fans up. Blade Holden anxious to get Hardcore Hunter Thompson back into the ring. Thompson, in the meantime, still walking around ringside trying to regain his breath, trying to get his wind right back the way he had it, and also to slow down the momentum of the match and regain some strategy here. And Blade Holden in hot pursuit of Hunter Thompson. Right now we got a chase going. Thompson coming off the rope. Chase gives away, high back body drop on the Hardcore Hunter Thompson, who heads out of the ring. Evidently things didn't go quite the way he had intended right there. momentum and the tide of the match turned altogether in the matchup. And Hardcore Hunter coming up onto the apron. Him and Blade Holden jockeying for position, and Hardcore Hunter with a hangman move drops him throat first across that top rope. Gonna cut the oxygen off. So Thompson gets this overzealous young man who's just itching to try to get the advantage and try to take that UCW TV trophy away from Hardcore Hunter Thompson. Thompson with a headbutt. A double thrust into the chest and into the throat. Kick into the midsection. Stomping away onto the chest of Blade Holden. Hunter Thompson. The referee Neil Lee having words. Blade Holden with a punch, and another punch responds. Thompson with an eye gouge right into the eyes. Down goes Blade Holden. Brawling battles ensuing. Tell you what, Blade Holden, he might be able to out-wrestle him, but he certainly don't want to brawl around the arena or go into Fist City with Hunter Thompson, because that'll be a mistake. They don't call him hardcore for nothing. Count of two only. Stomp to the side of the head from Hardcore Hunter into the upper body on each individual shoulder. Hardcore Hunter has his man lifted, dominating. Holden reversing an Irish whip, hilarious. Punches his man into the back and into the side. Low blow into the old home place, I guess is a good way to call it. Kicks his man across the back and the shoulder blade. Blade Holden taking a pounding at this point in time as the tide of the battle back and forth between these two. Thompson with a vertical suplex. Holden caught into a chin lock. Neil Lee telling us that Blade Holden not giving up, not submitting. As Thompson right now putting all 290 pounds on his back with that chin lock. And once again, Blade Holden trying to get it together. You can see that he's trying as he's squirming around on the mat. He's trying to get up to his knees, up to his feet, see if he can't fight out of this. Thompson with a handful of hair just jerks him down to the mat. And once again, Thompson back into the chin lock. Chin lock still being applied. Blade Holden. I'll tell you the truth, this young man puts up a tremendous battle, but far too much experience being given up here in this matchup. But he's hungry and he wants that TV trophy off a Hardcore Hunter. He'd like nothing better than to take that title. Holden trying to get the crowd excited as he's trying to get up. An elbow into the midsection twice. Thompson with a handful of hair and throws him right onto the canvas. Hardcore Hunter stomping away. And once again, Hardcore Hunter Thompson goes right back to that chin lock. A little bit later in tonight's card, fans, I want to tell you the main event. Killer Kyle, the current UCW heavyweight champion, to square off with Big Mac Truck. Blade Holden again trying to get his way back up to his feet. Get out of this, an elbow, a second elbow. Comes off of the rope, ducks a lariat. Flying forearm smash on the Hardcore Hunter Thompson. Punches his man. Holden coming back strong. Lariat. Sends Hardcore Hunter for the ride. Flying drop kick. Punching Hardcore. Again, sends him off. Kick into the midsection. Neck breaker. Flying leg drop on to Hardcore Hunter. We got a lateral press and a 1 and a 2. And a kick from Blade Holden. Hardcore Hunter sent for the ride off the rope. A big elbow smash coming off. Blade Holden, a well put together individual. And we got a body slam attempt. Thompson crashes into Neil Lee, and there's a collision. All three individuals laying on the mat and crumpled up. Neil Lee, the official, wiped out. Blade Holden's down. Hardcore Hunter now getting back up. Hardcore Hunter going for the power bomb. He's saying this is it. Here comes Ice Pick. Ice Pick after Hunter. Ice Pick just nails Blade Holden. Now he's telling Hardcore Hunter to come on into the ring. These two have formed an unholy alliance, that's for sure. He's going to set him up for a pile driver, and with an assist, down goes Blade Holden. Referee Neil Lee is beginning to be revived at this point. Unbewildered. Count of 3. Neil Lee doesn't. Neil Lee unaware that any of this happened. Got a 3 count. Hardcore Hunter. To retain the TV title. With an assist from Ice Pick. Blade Holden. In the end, the official goes down. Ice Pick comes out. I think he looks like he's going to help Holden out. Instead, he assists Hardcore Hunter Thompson to the victory. And a hard-fought victory, I might add, as well. Hunter Thompson celebrating. Hardcore Hunter Thompson takes the victory.